Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to do a review of a product that sort of makes the channel possible, a behind-the-scenes piece of gear that we use all the time, and it's these shootsteel.com pepper popper targets. These ones are the pistol ones. I believe they do make a version that's 3/8 inch, which is capable of being hit by rifles. That is not what this is here. As you guys know who've watched the channel for a while, I take all my targets out to the range every time I go out there, set them up, tear them down, bring them home. So one of the things for me that's very important is the ability to conserve space. Obviously, I throw them in the Mustang a lot, as well as to set them up and tear them down quickly. These targets are perfect for that, and we're going to get into some of the details on them here real quick, and then I'll let you know what I think of them at the end. Of the two targets I have, this one's definitely had more rounds on it. It just tends to be the one I throw in the trunk most often. And it's had 9mm, 40, 45, and some 10mm rounds shot at it. They recommend that you don't shoot it closer than 10 yards, and I don't ever shoot any closer than that anyway, so I've been fine there. But they also rate it for up to 45, so no Magnum handgun cartridges. That said, my guess is it could probably take quite a few before we ever had any issues. The actual steel itself is 1/4 inch thick steel, and as you can see here, the AR500 steel that they use laser cutters to cut it there at shootsteel.com, which really is good because a lot of people use some heat type of cutting methods, and that will weaken the steel itself, so that'll be more prone to chipping around the edges, and shootsteel.com doesn't do any of that. So this one certainly has had plenty of rounds nick the edge of it. As much as I like to think I'm always hitting the center, that's certainly not the case, and you can see here there's no wear on there, so it's holding up just fine to that. A couple things about the target that are pretty cool. Number one, it's completely reversible. So once you start to sort of wear an edge out, which eventually if you shoot thousands and thousands of rounds, you will on any steel target, you can literally just flip it over and start using this side, and you're right back in the game with basically a fresh new target. The target is going to ship unpainted in 2 different pieces. So we have our bottom piece that's obviously going to go into the ground, and then the actual target itself. It comes with 2 high-strength bolts, which are very resistant to impact, which is obviously pretty important with a target that you're going to be shooting. And you can see the springs in there as well. Those are die springs, and then over on the front, you can see the face of the bolts there. This one, again, I'm sure has been shot before, and you can see they're doing just fine with just the handgun rounds impacting them. But you want to secure it down so that they say about 1/4 to 1/2 inch of slack you take out of it, and that way it's going to give you enough springiness to ring very loud even with Ear Pro on, and it's also going to make the target, sort of spring back and forth, giving you that visual and audio clue that you're hitting the target. Those are pretty much all the details. It's a pretty simple product. It's a steel target after all, not too complex. But a couple things I left out is going to be the size of this one here is 8 inches wide, so the circle part is 8 inches. This one's 28 inches tall, and that's just the actual target itself, not including the base. The other one I think is like 22 inches or something like that, give or take an inch. That's about what it is. So price-wise, as of today anyway, this one's in the mid-80s for this target, and that includes the base, springs, and everything like that. Shipping's pretty reasonable as well. I think for most folks it's like $16 or $17, but check the link below in the product description so you guys can actually, in the video description I should say, so you guys can actually see the exact cost, but that's pretty much what it is. So definitely a reasonably priced product, and very cool product that's easy to take out to the range, set up, shoot, get that audible and visual feedback, which everybody really likes who shoots a lot of steel like myself. And that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions about the target system, by all means post below in the comment section. You can also post over at my Facebook page as always. You can check out shootsteel.com's Facebook page as well if you guys have questions specifically for them. And that'll pretty much do it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.